Success. Good evening. I can see you like in two places. Okay. Happy Sunday. I'm just going to get started. I'm not going to waste time. This is 502.
Sunday,
Okay.
thank you very much.
Yeah. Uh, Idris, what's up? Good evening.
Hi, good evening.
How far now? How you doing?
I'm all right. Thank you.
All right. Well, I don't know why others are yet to be here, but 5 o'clock is 5 o'clock. All right. I'm starting anyways, regardless. So yes, I'm just going to do like a quick recap of yesterday. Yesterday we established the fact that we need to set up. Today I already assumed that to a large extent we have all done that. So I expect that by today we all have our accounts properly set up. Nobody reached out to ask for any form of assistance regarding that. So I assumed that you figured it out yourself. So that is my assumption. So I think I would start off today's class with the answers to the questions that Idris raised earlier today. And the questions are essentially, one, can we create profile across unrelated skill sets? I mean, one profile for data input and graphic design. Yes, you can. You can. So you have your general profile. For example, as a creative that you are, your general profile can be a profile that houses creativity. So you're a creative designer, brand designer, whatever it is, it can just be that general profile. Then in your specialized profile, you can now have subsequent skills. They may not necessarily be related to what your general profile is. You can do as you like, but I typically would advise that okay, Madam Success, please you can ask your question.
Okay, still on the profile setup. And then they gave me an option to import my LinkedIn profile if I want. I want to know, based on your advice, if it's better to do that or to manually develop your profile. Because sometimes
So if you go ahead.
Because sometimes Upwork allows you to put in as many skill sets as you want. So I want to know if it's better to use the LinkedIn profile or your advise I will manually build a profile.
So what will happen is that I have multiple answers for you. But what will happen is that if what is on your LinkedIn is what you want to start selling as a service on Upwork, if your LinkedIn CV is good, right, is like super dope, then it is totally okay to just import your LinkedIn profile. But if you think you want to start something else entirely new or something a little bit different, you might need to like start from afresh. So it's a two-way thing. But if your LinkedIn profile is super cool, you can literally just import it. So your LinkedIn profile will not be a general profile. Then you can now still set a specialized or two other specialized profiles that you can use. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yes, I
Yeah, so
understand.
that works. That works. So, give me a second. Sorry, I was trying to. Why? I was trying to stall and wait and see if I could buy people some time, but I don't know. So Idris, like I was saying, to okay, I think that has to do with profile too. So it can be your general profile can be anything. Then your specialized profile can also be separated. If you want to ask for my own professional advice, I would say that they should be related. So let me give you a typical example. You're a general graphic designer, you understand? A specialized profile can now be one niche of design. So that is not like the general multipurpose design. It can be one niche of design, whether it's UI UX design, or whether it's logo design. That one is like you are niching down. Then another specialized profile can be brand identity design, whatever it is. But then at the end of the day, you as an individual, you're offering services as a designer. Now, Upwork has an extended feature that allows Upwork has an extended feature that allows you to open an account as an agency. I have an agency account. So you can operate an agency on Upwork. So if you feel like, oh, you've gotten to that point as a freelancer where you have a lot of jobs and now you can now start hiring people, you can one of the benefits of operating on Upwork as an agency is that you get to charge as an entity as opposed to as an individual. So there are so many people on Upwork, there are so many clients on Upwork that are looking for agencies to work with. So it's just as an agency on Upwork, you think of yourself as a company. So if you're a company owner, you can create your company account. If you're a company owner, you can literally create an account for your company on Upwork. It really just it gives you that leverage, yeah, and exposes you to more markets. So that means that there are so many people you'll be able to reach on a global scale as an agency. So I'm going to show you my agency account. Although I've not used it, like I told you yesterday, I'm really just an independent freelancer. So if you feel like you want to go beyond what you are currently doing and you want to extend your tentacles to becoming an agency, you can do that. You can really do that. So the second question is, what are some simple skill sets that could be easily sold? Yeah, the I would like to approach that answering that question in a different dimension. So this is what I mean. Instead of looking for skill set that can be easily sold, how about we focus on projects that are most common, which in a way is really just the same thing we're saying. So so a good example is social media management. Social media management. There's practically nobody here that cannot do social media management because at the very basic level, we all are on social media. We all have posted on one social media platform or the other. We have all done something that has to do with managing our own social profiles online. So social media management is one underrated skill that you don't know that people are making money from social media management. It's funny, but you don't know that people are making money from social media management. You just think that it looks trivial. It looks like it's not something that, but people are paying people to manage their social media account, and it can be as simple as creating content and posting. It can be as simple as being in the comment section of a company's page and replying chats. So Sam is not yet. Sam has worked as a community manager. I think Bayo would understand this also better. He's done a little bit in that capacity. So you can easily get social media management jobs for easy from Upwork easily. If you search through Upwork, there are so many. I'll show you one. I'll show you one. So there's this company that's paid me around $9,000. And guess what? To be a social media manager. Literally. I'll just go ahead and share my screen. Let me share my screen. There's a project. Okay, screen one. Oh, this one. Sure. So let me show you what I mean. So if you look at the project I have, look at this project here. Social media manager and post creation, 5-star US employee, flexible worldwide position. So these guys, they are paying me $8 an hour just to be a social media manager. And so far, I've been paid $9,413. And all I've done was to manage their social media pages. This is another social media management gig. Look at it here. These guys paid me $10 per hour to manage their social media page and do social media strategy for them, very briefly. And I did really just some hours of work. Yeah, let's just. Then this is another one. This particular client, this particular social media pro for New York, this guy just paid me $100 to create a Telegram group for him. So they needed a Telegram channel, and he just paid me $100 to create that Telegram channel for him. So, Idris, to answer that question, social media is an underrated aspect of freelancing that people don't really, although a lot of people are coming up to it now and then. So that's one. Number two is being a virtual assistant. I said this yesterday. Being a virtual assistant, you're really like a secretary, but a glorified secretary, where the job description is not restricted to one thing. The job description is not the same across board. It's essentially just providing assistance to anybody that needs their assistance. They will specify what they need you to be doing for them. So I can't tell you that this is what you'll be doing as a virtual assistant specifically. I may not be able to tell you that. I can't tell you that. But what I can tell you is that the clients will tell you what they want you to do. So the third question is positioning and strategy. What's the peak time to be online to apply for jobs based on time zones of our target market? Perfect. So most of the jobs that I've gotten, again, this is really just based on most of the jobs, a good number of them came during the weekend, over the weekend. So it means that there are more jobs posted on Saturday, Sunday against the new week. So many clients, that's when they have time to really just post jobs over the weekend so that they can hire against the new week for mostly long-term projects. Then during the week, you want to be looking out for early hours, essentially. In the US market, for example, you want to be looking out for like that kind of 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Because at 3 a.m. Nigerian time, that is really when these guys are back in their base and they're retiring for the day. So they now have time to check through their hiring, whatever it is they want to do. But during peak hours, like 2 p.m., 3 p.m., between 12 and 6 p.m., 12 and 8 p.m., it might be a little bit slow, Nigerian time, between 12 p.m. and 8 p.m. Nigerian time. It might be, but then this is not a formula. This is really just based off of my own personal experience, my own observation. So between 12 p.m. and 8 p.m. is usually very slow. That's Nigerian time. But you see, between that 8 p.m. and 3 a.m., sorry, can everybody hear me? Someone is saying they can't hear me.
Yes, I can hear you, Fair.
Okay,
I
so
can hear you.
Okay,
I
so
can hear you.
all right, thanks. So between that 8 p.m., let's move it to like 10 p.m. Between 10 p.m. and 3 a.m. Nigerian time, that's like crazy peak. You see a lot of gigs in that regard. So I think that answers the question around timing. So let's dive right into what we need to do today. So today, the conversation is going to be about searching for jobs based on our validations, right? So sometimes, I mentioned yesterday that you need to check when you go to find job. You want to check. Sorry, give me a second. Sorry. Sorry about that. So based on there are best matches, most recent saved jobs. So when you go to best matches, typically sometimes your best match you can let's take this project for example. This project was posted 24 minutes ago. Can somebody just analyze this project for me briefly? Anybody, just for me to say, analyze this project and tell me what decision you are making about this project.
Okay, please let me go. Okay.
All right.
So for this project, I won't apply because it is virtual assistance, and based on our conversation today, it said virtual assistance doesn't really say that. I mean, it doesn't mean you have one special skill. So a lot of people are competent for the role, and we have over 50 proposals already, and it kind of, to me, kind of counts.
Who agreed? Who agrees?
Well, it's majorly because the number of proposals is 50 plus, and it was posted 24 minutes ago.
24 minutes is still quite early.
It's still reasonable, but it's more of the proposals, 50 plus.
Yeah. So, okay, this one too, you most likely disqualify this one for the 50 plus proposal. But me, I'll disqualify it because the guy is the person that, yeah. Same thing, 50 plus. Same thing.
Let in Indian do you?
Okay, you will understand soon.
I cannot work for Pakistani.
It's also because they really don't have money in those regions. They are like Nigeria is better than some of those countries. So I don't usually. So what I'm trying to tell you essentially is that a lot of times I don't usually stay here, and that is where people get trapped. People just stay in these best matches. So a lot of times I just check most recent. So most recent gives me, see, this one was posted 6 minutes ago. This person is in Germany, less than 5. Update an article on Michael, Berry's track record, whatever. If this is what I can do, I would typically apply for this. But let's go. Someone is saying, okay. This one, the reason why I would not apply for this particular job is the payment method is unverified. So I'm not sure this client is actually serious about hiring somebody. So I will not apply. Payment method unverified, I will not apply. Need a copywriter for email marketing. Posted 1 hour ago. so far, like this now, there's really no reasonable job on my For You page in TikTok terms. So what I would do is, if I have something in mind, because now what comes to your For You page, think of this as For You page. What comes to your For You page is essentially based on your skills, the skills that you've entered. But there are some other jobs, because Upwork recommends jobs to you also based on the client's input. So a client can upload a job description. The Upwork will require that the client puts some selected skills that they will want in whoever wants to do that job. So if your skill is within what the client has imputed, the job will most likely show on your timeline. But chances are that there are jobs that you can do, but the client has skipped to put your skill there. So chances are that it will not show. So that's why we now use the search bar. So for example, let's search social media management. So by the time you search social media management, for example, every job that has to do with social media management will start to pop up. And this one has a directory of more recent jobs. So media management and virtual assistant looks good, posted early, but I will not apply because of a lot of reasons. This was Kuwait marketing strategy. This looks super great. Now, this guy has spent $4,000. Kuwait is a rich country. We have our business. It's about construction and design. We are looking for someone who can work with us to improve the marketing field. That's in general. Also, the budget is about how long we are working together. We are not looking for someone who can work with us. We are not looking for someone who can work with us for more than 6 months. So this is more of a short to medium term project. You understand? And so let's say I want to use social media management as an example. So let's look at this one, social media manager, right? Let me just click on it. The country is US. Everything I've done my analysis immediately. So if you look at it, they say we are looking for an entry-level social media manager. This is an exciting opportunity. We are known for creating viral content, and you get to be a part of that process. Must be available at least 20 hours a week. This position has the potential to become full-time. Requires skill, videography, food blogs, reels, scheduling through later and Tailwind, SEO, Pinterest and Instagram, good communication, time management, good balance of attention to details and efficiency. We believe in flexible schedules. We require a 2-day business turnaround, and you must be available for meetings once, blah, 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 blah. Now, this is the fact that this checks all my boxes does not mean I will still apply. I still need to check this side, right? This also sort of checks all my boxes. Then I now need to come and check special requirements. Now, this particular client is looking for people in Philippines. Do you get? So I will not waste my time to apply, just because if I apply, the client will see. But they want to work more with Filipinos. Sorry. They want to work more with Filipinos. So I will not waste my time to apply. So I'll just go up again, close out. Looking for an experienced closer and ongoing client. I don't know what this job is all about, so I'm just going to skip. I'm going to skip SEO for SaaS growth. I don't have any idea what this is all about. I'm going to skip. Join our team, LinkedIn marketing specialist. This is not my core area of competence. I'm going to skip. No, I typically will not go more than that first page. So let's check out virtual assistant. About Bling Academy, Bling an online class. Team member. I'm seeking a highly organized and detail-oriented virtual assistant to help me manage our client's project. 2 sales per week, pays private monthly. No, media management and virtual assistant. I'm looking for media management virtual. I'm in need of someone who manages my social media accounts, create schedule posts, and engage in followers. Now this looks great. So if you remember, let's check. So this guy does not have any special requirements. He just wants it to be independent, English level, conversational. It doesn't have to be like crazy. So this looks, this is a perfect example of a proposal we are going to write now. Now, if you go through Upwork, you realize that there are some projects that are posted that will typically have extra questions. So those projects, in the course of applying for those projects, you'll be required to answer some questions. If you come across any project like that, your energy should be more focused on those questions, because those questions are what the client will see first. You remember I told you that it is all about what the client will see first, not all about what you have to write. Yes, partly it's partly all about what you have to write, but also partly all about what you show the client first. So if you are submitting a proposal that has extra questions, the extra questions are what the client will see first. So now this person has extra questions. So the person, can you provide examples of social media campaigns you have managed in the past and what results were achieved? Do you have experience with any specific tools or software that will be relevant to the role? Now, because I am more established in the social media space, I already know the answers to this. I already know the kind of answers I will give to this question. But let's take you as an example that you've really not explored this social media space like that. That is where Google is your friend. So, for example, this question number 2 now. Do you have any experience? Again, there's no lie. It's not a lie. Technically, you're not telling lie. If they ask you, can you do something? Even if you cannot do it, saying you can do it is not a lie technically, because if you can find somebody that can help you do it, then you can do it. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. So if there are questions that are pushing you away, like this looks like what I cannot do, the question is, do you know someone that can do it? Do you know someone that can help you do it? Then you can do it. So what I will typically do in a case like this is I'll quickly go to Google and literally to ask about softwares or tools that I can use as social media manager. You see stuff like Later, Facebook Business Manager, TweetDeck, Tweeland. What's that one called again? So you can just pick 2 or 3 of them and just use it to answer. Oh, I can use this and this. If you can operate your phone, if you can operate your laptop, if you are tech savvy, no matter how small, you can practically do anything. So you don't limit yourself. So let's check this out and let's click on apply now. Now I'm not available for this job, but I'm doing this because of you. So now we'll get back to some things later. Now, this is where your specialized profile comes in. Now, if you have an agency, you'll be prompted to select how you want to apply. Do you want to apply as yourself or as an agency? But for the sake of this, I assume that everybody is an independent freelancer, so we don't have agency account. So we apply as a freelancer. Now, as a freelancer, which of your profile do you want to use to apply for this job? Because it is the profile that you present that you want to use to apply for this job that the client will see. So I can come here and say, okay, I want to use my general profile, or I want to use my other content writing profile, or I want to use my article or blog writing profile. But I will use my general profile just because I have not particularly specified. I don't have a specialized profile as a social media manager, even though I've done a lot of social media management work. So most of my social media management job goes to my general profile. So I will use my general profile. So I will come here. Now, you need to read through the project description. You understand? So now this is where you promptly write proposal. That it will look as though you used an AI tool. There's really just a format that lives rent-free in your head. So what you are looking for, specifically in this project description, is exactly what the client is looking for. So you look at the project description. A good example, I'm in need of someone to manage my social media accounts, create and engage, What I'll do, I will just come here and copy this part. The part that specifies what the client needs. You see, I'll just copy this part. I've copied. This is what the client needs. So what I'm essentially doing is I'm just throwing back to the client what the client gave to me. So of course, this is for the sake of analysis. I will highlight this later, but let's go to the proposal. So cover letter, this is the main proposal. But then the energy should be more on the question if you have question. But if there are no question, just focus on the cover letter. So you go ahead and say, I understand that you are paced. Do you understand? I understand that you're in need of someone to manage. You do some editing. Your social media account, help with creating, just to add a little bit of variation so that the guy would not think you just literally copied what he said. Help with creating and scheduling posts and engage with followers. I can leave this one out. And say and some other administrative tasks. Now, so I cannot go ahead and say I have read through. Now, understand that this is what the client will see when the client wants to see my proposal, my cover letter. This is the only thing that will show the client that, okay, let me see what this guy has to say. So I've read through the project description and I can confidently assure you that, what should I tell this guy? So let me go through. So what this guy is saying here is that, so he has broken it down, right? The role involved in the task, administrative support, site administration, research, social media management, basic Canva design, administrative of manage emails, site administration, social media management, Canva design. So this is where this second part you now start to talk about your experience, even if you don't have any experience, lie is allowed. So I have read through the project description and I can confidently assure you that I have all it takes. That sounds too cliche. I've read through the project description and I understand what it is. Give me a second. Actively providing services social media manager creative for more than you can see what I'm writing, ba? Right, yes. This is so it can go on as long as you want it to go, but it doesn't have to be like super crazy. This is actually too long. So what I would typically do is I'll cut it short. This is more than enough actually. I don't need to. You can at this point you can talk about the tools you use and all of those things, but let me just cut it here. So what you typically do is you can say I am available to start right away. Please don't forget, you have to add a call to action. Please send me a message for further conversation about the role. Now, also, so it's also imperative that you ask some thought-provoking questions in your proposal. So questions like, I will like to understand what your social media presence is like. I mean, yeah, let's just leave it there. I would also like to take a quick look at your website. Now, the essence of doing all of this is to push the clients to come and message you. So let me read through what I wrote. So I said, I understand that you are in need. You need someone. Please, if you have the capacity, install Grammarly on your so that it's easy for you to correct any typographical error or any mistakes. So I said, I understand that you need someone to manage your social media account, help. Well, okay. Okay, I understand that you need someone to manage your social media account, help create and schedule posts, engage with followers, and do other administrative tasks. I have read through the project description and I understand your need for someone who can fill the role of a virtual assistant too, or someone who can also double as a virtual assistant. So I have been actively providing services as a social media manager and an administrative assistant for more than 5 years. I'll leave this as figure 5. I would like to understand what your social media presence is like. I would also like to take a quick look at your website. I have worked with several top clients across multiple industries, providing top-notch services. I'm available to start right away. Please send me a message for further conversations about the role. This is more than enough as a proposal. Then now let's go and answer the questions. But this is where this is where we want to pay more attention to. So can you provide example of social media campaigns that you have managed in the past and what results were achieved? So this is where you brag about things you've done and things you've not done. But whatever it is, just so what I would typically do is I have managed or what I would just do in cases like this is I'll just go to, let me see. So what I would is to answer this question, all I just need to do is to go and copy social media pages that I have managed, their handles and everything, and just put it there. So you may not have this, but that is where somebody like me comes in, for example. So if you're in need of any assistance, right, as per some requirements that some clients are making, or some whatever it is it can be, you can literally just shoot me a message. How far can you help me with? So this is one of the pages I manage. Over 2,000, almost 3,000 posts, 7,000 followers, blah blah blah. Let me see. If I move, I copy this. I also put this. I just put those two. I can put more, but I just put those two. Then I come here. Do you have any specific tools or software that would be relevant to the role? I actively use Canva for simple designs. I use later Hootsuite and Facebook
You say which one
business.
is later?
Eh?
Which one is later? Only later.
Is a software for scheduling posts.
Yeah. I'm only
Yeah.
conversant with Hootsuite in Atuza. We use some of Hootsuite, so I'm just that's cool
Later,
anyways. I'll check it out.
you have learned that one too, like that. So for scheduling, then what else? Specific tools. Then
Also, at your progress also. This sort of form has the function also.
okay. And then oh so sorry, I'm trying to admit some people in. Okay. Then I can come here and say then I use Google Suits for content, calendar, and other mini tasks. So this just answers essentially all the questions, right? So right here, this proposal is complete. Now this took a lot of time than it would typically take me if I'm focused on this alone. But don't worry about the time. As long as the posting period of this project, as long as it's no more than 1 hour, if you are still within that 1 hour time frame, you need to be intentional about the proposal you're writing. You need to know that you are churning out the best proposal. So you don't be in a hurry to just submit any proposal. Don't be in a hurry to just go and generate one proposal from one AI to make sure you've read the project. See, some clients, to prove that you've read what they've written back, they will put one information at the tail end of the project description that starts your proposal with a particular word, a particular thing. That is actually to show that you've read the project description, because a lot of people don't read. So once you don't, and it's also a way for them to all quickly filter out people who have not read their project description. The moment you don't start with what they want you to start with, they just keep. They know that you are doing something generic. So they want people who are intentional. So now I have written everything I need to write. Now the budget of the project is $5 to $10. Now, if you are a new freelancer, I would always suggest that you don't go higher than the lower bound. So your hourly rate here should be, it's typically the lower bound. You understand? Just put $5. The project is a long-term project, 3 to 6 months. So yeah, so this is where you set your hourly rate. So we put 5. Then frequency, you don't need to, this is a new feature. You don't need to, this does not affect you in any way. Just leave this one out. Leave this one out. Now you see this is you don't need any attachment per se. You really don't need any attachment per se, except if specified. If not specified, you don't need to add any attachments. So now I've written this proposal. Then I can go ahead and submit. Oh, please fix errors below. I didn't feel something. Oh, okay. Could never. It's new. I've not looked for a job on Upwork in almost a year. So let's go ahead and send the proposal. So I've submitted this proposal. And here you can see now, even though this is what you can see, even though you are seeing your cover letter first and the question you answered second and third, the client will see the opposite. The client will see the question first, then your proposal secondly. So I'll keep you posted about the progress or whatever it is that this job has to offer. I'll keep you posted. So that is essentially how it goes for hourly projects. This is an hourly project, like I mentioned to you, it's an hourly project. So that's why I had to set an hourly rate. So let's go back to the search bar. Let's check here if any job has showed face. Need a Nairobi-based top quality, reliable executive assistant. This person is looking for someone in Kenya. So this will not fly for me. Proofreader to proofread, blah blah blah. So I'm looking for. Okay, let me do proposal analysis for this. I'm not applying for this. I'm not wasting my connect on this because the budget is actually small. But it is a fixed project. So I want to show you how you typically apply for. So if you look at this project now, even though it was posted early, right? And even though it checks all the boxes for you, look at it. The client is already interviewing somebody. And even though the number of proposals is still short, do you get? I don't want to waste my time on this particular project. So first thing you want to check is the client already interviewing anybody? Did the client send invite to some people? Let me tell you what happens in cases like this. For freelancers like me now, when clients post projects, Upwork will suggest people like me to those clients. These are our top-rated freelancers. You can invite them to your job so that you don't have to go through the process of trying to filter through long list of bids. So some clients, that's why a lot of times I get invitations to projects. Let me see if I can find some. Let me see. See your notification. Just give me a second. I want to show you what invitations look like. Okay, look at what is here. You have received an invitation to interview for the job content writer with SEO experience needed for mental health. So yet, I have had conversations with this particular time. We've not closed on the conversation in a very long time. So this is what it will typically look like. You will see the message section here. So look at what the client said. Hello, I'd like to invite you to take a look at the job I have posted. Please submit the proposal if you're available and interested. So this is what invitation typically looks like. So, and it's easier because once you're invited to a project, it's almost sure that the client wants you to do the project. So I had conversation about, I got an invitation to your project. I don't have to do anything other than acknowledging that invitation. Conversation has started. And we would typically talk, back and forth, until we have an agreement and we close. So I said I was going to show you what a typical conversation list would look like. So the most critical part of looking for a job on Upwork is, first of all, who is this? First of all, to get people to your to get them to your DMs. So if you look at my DM, these are the chats I've had in the past. If you look at it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. So essentially, I have 38 conversations. Is it? Sorry, guys, you can hear me, ba?
Yeah,
Yes, we can, sir.
So why is someone blaming my network? Abi?
yes, things lagged for a while, then resumes again.
Hello, not everyone can hear you. I'm just connecting again. Since 5 o'clock, and I've been typing. We can't hear you. I can barely hear from you, and you are not responding.
I'm sorry. I did not know. Wait, I'm sorry. I'm really, really sorry, Boluwatife. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. The complaint was not like a general apologies.
No problem.
Don't worry, you catch up. So like I was saying, the critical thing is to bring people to your DMs. So, but the fact that they're in your DM does not mean you will get the job. So you just have to, let me show you what this project is. A long project, but let me show you a project this is long. So you typically have like long conversations. I'm trying to scroll through this particular conversation with this client to go through the first. Okay. So this guy hired me for a writing gig actually. But I want to show you what I wrote. But these days I wouldn't even write proposals like this again. But I just wanted to show you what I wrote. It's a lot, sorry. I haven't sent selfie to the guy. Sorry, please. I'm trying to like go through August. No, it should be there. I think it's July. Yeah. No, it's August now. Okay. This is all. I'm almost there, please. Just some moment. Damn it. Why is it taking forever? Oh. So I really wanted to show you what a typical conversation looks like from the beginning. This is a very long conversation. Okay, I'm almost there. Okay. All right. So I've gotten there. So this guy posted, I'll show you what he wrote, what he requested for, and I'll show you the proposal that I wrote. So this guy said, I'm building a website for my music school, and I want to build the frequently asked question section of the website. All will be inspired by things existing online, like ClassPass. Need a person with huge orientation to detail and great synthesis skills to help me write these FAQs. This was what he posted as a job, right? So let's go over the proposal that I wrote. I said, hi there, congratulations on your music school. I understand that you need someone to help you write FAQ. Did you notice how my proposal went? I didn't go all about saying, this is what I can do. No. Or I didn't go all about introducing myself. I didn't do any form of rigmarole. I just went straight to the point. But then, yes, again, your personal discretion is also critical, because I think what appealed to this guy was the fact that I congratulated him for his music school. It was just a thought process. I'm like, okay, it will make sense to just approach this proposal this way. So I said, congratulations on your music school, on your new music school. I understand that you need someone to help you write the FAQ section of your music school website. I have gone through the description and I absolutely understand what needs to be done, given that I also have a solid background in music, both classical and contemporary. I'll be glad to be a part of this project and contribute my own quota to the success of this website. Please chat me up and let's discuss further on this project. I'm ready to start work immediately. Did you notice that, first of all, I did what I have to do in the beginning. Then second of all, at the tail end of the proposal, I added a call to action. And that was pretty much what I wrote. And the guy responded and was like, hi, Ifeoluwa, please let me understand better your skill with the following sample work. So he sent me sample. They said there will be an intake from that student to join the school. What would be the top 3 questions that you think should be asked? How would you write them? So essentially, because this guy, the project adds a lot to do about FAQ. So if you don't know about FAQ, you realize that if you check a lot of websites, there are so many FAQs that are there. This is a music school. What would typically be the FAQ for a music school's website? That was what I actually did. And I was like, oh, his name is Jesus. I was like, hi, Jesus. I'll write 3 possible questions that a potential student of your music school might ask. The first possible question could be, what instrument do you teach? How do I choose the right instrument for me? What will there be an additional cost? Can I switch from one music class to another? I have signed up for a lesson. What happens next? Can I learn more than one instrument at a time? I just gave him that sample, and I said possible answers will be provided as soon as I get to know more about your music school and the services you offer. And I was like, okay, these are all the same questions. Let's speak money. Do you get? And we started to have conversation about money. We spoke. It was a long talk, back and forth, talk back and forth, to the point where he sent me the website. We had conversation. Till that part, I think this back and forth took like 2 weeks. Till this was when I had me and awarded me the project. So he sent a contract, then I accepted, then I completed the work, sent it to him. He gave me more work and more work and more work. That was what led to the long chat through. So let's take another job that I got. Let's analyze another job. This is from Frank Ferraro. He's in the US. Now, this guy was one that said he wanted somebody that can, a social media pro for New Altcoin. Let us go through the proposal that I wrote for this project. And all I ended up doing for this guy was to create a Telegram page at the end of the day. But let's go over the proposal for this particular project. I hope I'm still clear. I hope nobody's having issues hearing me. All right. So this is the project. Let's go over the details. I'll show you the project, the description, and I'll show you the proposal that I wrote for the project. So this guy said, we are a new token and need an experienced social media marketing person to get the word out. We have different social media pages like Twitter, Facebook, Telegram, etc. You'll be able to post and add members, yada yada yada. Essentially, this was what he wrote. Then I went ahead to write. So right now, I would not write proposal like this again. But the reason why I wrote this proposal like this was because, first of all, remember I told you that any proposal, any job that has extra question is the question that the client will see first. So your energy should be focused on the question. You should focus on your proposal, but most of your energy should go to the question. So now the question that this guy asked was, what past project or job have you had that is most like this one, and why? So that was why if you realize, this is what you will see first. So I said I've worked as an affiliate with Binance. I was charged with the responsibility of building a community of new crypto traders, blah, blah, blah. This attracted the guy to eventually come and read my long proposal that started with me introducing myself. I would not write proposal like this again, actually. But it does not matter, because it does not matter right now, because the question was spot on. The answer to the question he asked was spot on, and it was very, very solid. So let me show you how the conversation went. It was like, hello, Ifeoluwa. Yes, we just launched ERC20 token. We did some test transaction on Uniswap. Now we would like to market it, blah, blah, blah. I would love to have people start to come. Then we started having conversation. We can build a Telegram community. We had the conversation. We spoke about it to the point where, see, this part of your relationship with clients is something that is a long-term thing that all of us will be analyzing. So if the first thing you need is get a client to message you first. Then you can always be shooting out messages to me on the group. How do I reply this? I'll be providing replies for you. Okay, say this, say this, say this. What is the client's response? Say this. Well, so I can't go through all of this chart one after the other to show you some of the intricacies, like Idris asked, strategies and all of those things. Some of the strategies that I use to eventually get these people to award me the contract. Because again, that the client is in your DM does not automatically mean that you get the job. What gets you the job is how you are able to convince the client that, okay, don't chat with another person. I'm enough. I can do it. Just let's focus on me. So, and that was how we got to a point where this guy sent me a contract. I'll show you where the contract will typically be in the middle of the chat. Okay. So yeah, this is the contract. So he awarded me the project. I did it, and we were good. He gave me review. Let's go to this particular project. I got this particular project to this deeper lady. But now the reason why, because this lady is an Indian, but I wanted to show you because she cheated me at some point. But essentially, what I want to go over is proposal. Basically, proposal. Yeah, I don't know if she's out again, but she looks like she's in. I want to show you this again. All right. Okay, so let me just now I would not write again. These were proposals that I wrote in 2020, 2021. I would typically not write proposals like this again as such. But there's a lot of takeaways from these proposals. Because what will happen is that you will do the reason why I'm teaching you now is because I've done a lot of trial and error. So I know what works now and I know what does not work. Do you get? So the essence of this masterclass is so that you just focus on what works, so that your win rate can be higher, as opposed to me that I've had to go through the ups and downs of what works and what does not work. So even though it doesn't mean that you can get lucky, to do not the premium thing and get the job, but you want to be sure that every target you hit is spot on. So look at the project. This person said, I want a content. Did I just okay, this person did not write so much. She just said, I want a content writer. I want a content writing for my website based on my portfolio. We have graphic design, we have graphic and website creation company. Want a content writing for the site. Nothing more than this. And I decided to apply to this job. And this is what I wrote. I say, hi there, my name is Ifeolu Afale. I'm a professional writer and editor. I've worked with several clients over a period of 5 years, creating quality content for blogs and websites with track record of excellence. Even though, if I'm to rewrite this particular proposal today, I will skip this introduction. Bam, I will start with, I will just start with what I've done. You understand? But I went ahead to, okay, again. So any project, again, I'm sure any project that has questions, again, your focus should be, because that question, because I wonder how I got this job with this proposal. This proposal did not really like go it wasn't like spot on. But the question was, what past project or job have you had that is not like this one and why? Said I've written for several blogs across several niches, and I take my time to research every content thoroughly before I write. That was the answer to the question. And the conversation started. She replied, I said, can you please tell me more about your blog? Then she went ahead, to the point where you realize that the conversation, the chat is always very long. So closing on a client sometimes can take weeks, sometimes can be within days, sometimes can be as long as 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and the likes. But closing on a client is something that happens over time. Do you understand? Closing on a client, you realize that the chat trail is always very long, from closing to the end of the project. That is this. Then let me go to this particular project. This particular client did not, I will not advise you do this until you have gained enough experience. This particular client, I took her off Upwork just because I don't want to have to be paying Upwork's fee. And you shouldn't do that, actually. I will not advise you do that. But I took the risk. It was a risk I took. And this particular client has paid me over $10,000 that I don't have to now pay Upwork any fees from it. So this person wanted, let me go to the beginning of the chart. Hello, can everybody hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, thanks. Now, so far, the chart I'm showing you with the client are the jobs that eventually get hired. You understand? I can also show you some of the charts I've had with people that did not end up in a contract. But the ones I'm showing you so far, they are the ones that ended up in a contract. Let me see. What's going on? I don't know why it's taking forever. Sorry, excuse. I don't know why this is taking forever. It should just load. I'm not sure why this is not loading. But let me just go ahead. This was a social media management gig from Jeff. Okay. So this particular guy, this particular man hired me to manage his social media pages for about a week. What's going on? Why is this taking forever? Sorry, let me reload this page. Sorry. I don't know what is going on. I'll probably just I'll get back to the analysis pretty much later. Okay, I was going to analyze this particular fixed project. Is this a fixed project? Yeah, I'm here or something to manage social media. Okay, this is no, this is not the fixed project. There was a fixed project that I wanted us to analyze. Sorry. Okay, let me use this. This is actually a fixed project. I'm going to apply for this project. I'm just going to show you what applying the application for this project looks like. I'm not sure I know what's going on with this. But can you hear me? Can you hear me clearly? I don't know if this is my network or this is just Upwork problem.
I can hear you clearly.
Okay,
I can hear you.
okay. That means this is a major issue with Upwork. Okay. I'm not sure why it's taking forever to load. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Sorry. Let me see if I can. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Yeah, I'll be sure if this is Upwork. Sorry, hello, can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry, I think my network just acted off like. So let me. I don't know what went crazy. This is no longer interesting.
Okay. I
So
want to clarify.
okay, go ahead.
Um, Upwork, they charge based on what?
Oh,
10% of whatever you make from that project.
Okay.
Yeah.
make it format of Twitter send
Yeah,
right?
that was before. The new update now is 10% flat rate. What other questions do you have?
Okay, sir. Good evening, sir. Good evening, everyone. So, the, this is really not a question, though. I'm just going to suggest that since we've started the class since yesterday and we've created our profile, at your leisure, you can just maybe every one of us can just send the profile or maybe a link to our profile to you on WhatsApp, and then from your end, you just check and see. Okay, just give us feedback of okay, are we doing good? I mean, if you were to be a client, would you offer us a job, something like that? That's just a suggestion, sir.
Okay. Thank you for that. But if you are listening to me from the beginning, I already told you that the essence of, so because you might be wondering what is in this for me, because even though I charged you 50K, right, to hold this masterclass, trust me, that is not enough money for my time. 50K is not actually worth my time. But that means that there's more to what I can gain from this than actual money. And the essence of setting up a community like this is the fact that, first of all, I want to establish a relationship with every last one of you. That's one. Number two is that I want to also grow my capacity. So now I have data scientists amongst you, I have data analysts among you, I have designers among you, I have writers among you, um I have people in the consulting world among you. I have So imagine that I have a very good profile on Upwork. Let me put it in perspective. I am among the top 3% of freelancers on Upwork. Top 3%. top 3%. I'm a top rated plus freelancer on Upwork. That means, what that means extensively is that I don't need to be looking for job every now and then on Upwork. Jobs actually come and look for me. So, but then I mentioned that it's not all these jobs that I can do, and it's not all of them that I have time to do, even if I can do them. You understand? So I want to be able to sort of replicate myself in you guys, so that when some projects come to my table, it's easy for me to say, oh, I have people that can handle this kind of projects. I can, oh, can anybody do this kind of project? Can anybody do? That's one. Number two is that for as many of you that want me to help you review your profile, I mentioned this yesterday, I didn't get any request. If you wanted help with profile summary review, if you want me to help you get some other people's profile summaries and just gather it in a document for you so that you can know how to coin your own profile summary, that works. I will gladly do that for you. If you have any specific, so for example, you've seen a job you want to apply for and you've written your proposal. Before you submit it, send it to me. Let me read it. Let me read it and look at it. Okay, if I'm a client, will I be moved to reach out to you for this job? I can help you. I would also help you edit your proposal. Okay, write it like this, write it like this. I'll do more of voice notes anyways, because that way is faster. I'm just going to just record and all. So feel free to drop your questions either on the group or directly to my DM. So if there's anything that is confusing you, don't just take initiative on your own and do everything. At this point, then just be like a baby. Ask as many questions as you can. Yeah, you have paid for it. Ask as many questions as you can. So that way, you keep growing. I can tell you for free that even one of my mentees, Peculiar, I want to see if he has made almost $10,000 on Upwork. He still sends me message almost every day. How far should I do this? Should I do that? I want to show you. And I want to send you like screenshot. So I want to like show you what a typical conversation between that guy that I mentor and myself, what it looks like. I sent it to the WhatsApp group. You can just take a quick look at it. I sent it to the WhatsApp group. So you will see that was a very recent conversation. I don't know if the date should Wednesday, 13th of September. So this guy literally just anything he does not understand, he just sends me screenshots, and I just help him review, tell him what to do and what not to do. So I apologize for, I think my network messed up a bit for a moment. So I was going to show this particular, yes, have I shown between Jeff? Social media, yeah, I've not shown. I was going to show the conversation between me and this man. He wanted me to manage the social media page. I did that for about a week before we now ended the project. So I was going to show you I was going to show you the proposal I wrote for this job. So this guy says, create social media content for our brand pages and profiles, use our content, photos, graphic, videos, add captions, edit content as necessary, research and repost viral content, schedule content on later.com app. Content will be posted to the following platforms: Facebook, IG, TikTok, Twitter, blah, blah, blah. So now let's go to my cover letter. This proposal is not good, but I got the job anyways. But I will not write proposal like this again. Let me check. Okay, I was checking. So let us go through some proposals that I've written that did not particularly turn out to job offers, you understand? But it brought about conversations. Do you get? Okay, this one is an invitation. Like, I would like to invite you to, this one is an invitation. So this one is also an invitation. This is what is this? We are an agency again. Okay, let me see. Okay, this is also an invitation. It just goes to show that I get a lot of invitations like lately. So this one was even a direct offer. This guy did not message me, did not do anything. He just sent me an offer. We didn't even have conversations. So, but I declined the offer because it was not looking cool. Let's see. This is also an invitation. This is also an invitation. Okay, now this is probably one of the most interesting. I want you to get the logic behind proposal writing. This is one of the easiest and the most interesting jobs I've gotten on Upwork. And I'll show you the dicey part. We'll analyze it together. And I'll show you what I wrote. Now, this was recent. It was a recent job when ChatGPT was a thing. So now, I said you should not generate proposal with ChatGPT. It still stands. But there are times when logic, you have to apply some logic. There are some things that I can't teach you. It's just like you have to just know. So this person says, use ChatGPT AI to generate 300 to 500 articles on marketing topics that I select. It didn't make more requests than that. So he said, once you are set up and have the topics, the AI can generate articles in about 30 seconds. So you should be able to generate 500 articles in 8 hours of time. Here are some samples for the AI. Blah, blah, blah. I'll provide you a list of marketing topics that we then create 5 to 10 articles about each topic using similar prompts and as above. So this was the project description. Do you get? Now, let's see the proposal I wrote. Actually, I did not write the proposal, but I wrote the proposal. So let's see how I approach this proposal. So can someone, based on what I've explained, can someone tell me how they would typically? You have to be very, very, very creative to, when, I don't know. To me, what I did was out of the box. But can someone tell me how they will approach applying for this particular job? If you had to apply for this particular job, how would you typically apply? Anyone? Anyone? Nobody is talking. Hey, Jesus is Lord. Let me see. I'll call somebody. Idris.
Okay, yeah. So if I would apply for this job, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. So if I would apply for this job, this okay. Okay, so what I cannot see the whole stuff. Can you click on more?
Okay.
Okay. So I will start with letting the person know that I've actually gone through the instruction. So I will like hide there. Then I will repeat some of its words. So maybe I generated this content pasted below with the use of ChatGPT AI. I'll come in that format. I'll let the person know that okay, I went through the instruction properly. Then some samples prompt back. Then I will, at the end of the first two, the next paragraph would just be the result I get from AI chat.
Okay. Bio Alpha, how would you
I can't find I don't know what's happening. I cannot connect to my AirPod, so I can't really hear you properly. That's why it took me a while before I could process your stuff.
Okay, I'm sorry about that.
If you're sorry, please, sorry. I'm on transit, sorry.
Okay. Mrs. Success, can you help us? How would you approach this particular project?
Okay. I will say I understand that you want me to generate 300 to 500 articles on marketing topics using the ChatGPT AI. I would say that I've done similar things for other clients with 100% success rates, and that's just where I'll start from.
Okay. There's one more person. What's her name? Boluwatife. Is she here? Mrs. Boluwatife. Oh, she's not here. So let me just go ahead and show you what I did. I did something similar to what it just said. So my proposal was like, see, this is my proposal. This line that I highlighted. This is my proposal. This was all I had to write for that proposal. So I said, hello there, guess what? This proposal below was written with ChatGPT. I didn't do more than that. Yeah, so I just went to ChatGPT. I copied the project details. See, write a proposal from. I just did that, but this was the only thing I had to write myself. And do you know the funniest part? I bidded for this job because I just found it funny, and I felt like, let me just be. More than 50 people had already bidded before I bidded, and I was the only one that was hired for the job. So it was just very, very, very funny situation. Very, very funny one. So let me check. Okay. Let me see. Is this one an invitation to? Yeah. So essentially, my proposals just follows almost the same pattern. Nothing crazy. Nothing crazy. This is an invitation. So essentially, that is how we are. So proposal or not poor, and it doesn't have to be like over the roof. Sometimes the proposal can be as short as 5 lines, 3 lines, 4 lines. You don't have to write plenty stories. Nobody reads those stories. What you want to make sure you're doing is that you want to write something that will bring people to come to your DM. So first thing, let me give the outline of your proposal. Now, giving you an outline for your proposal does not mean your proposal has to be like a very long thing. So, but then outline of your proposal should be acknowledging the client's needs is very, very important. The first thing, because that's what the client will see. First thing on your proposal list should be first acknowledging the client's needs. Acknowledging the client's needs. Then second thing that would typically be the body of your proposal would be telling the client how you will be meeting their needs and the things you've done in the past to meet similar needs. First, acknowledging that there's a need that this client has. I understand that you need this. I've gone through the project description and I understand that this is what you need. Then second on the line is, I have done a similar job for somebody, for this person, blah, blah, blah. That's the second thing. Third thing is, this one is like the ultimate jazz. Add a thought-provoking question. You should not read through a project description from start to finish without looking for a critical question. See, let me tell you something. This is a fact based on my experience. You see people from US, people from Canada, people from UK, they like it when people ask them questions. In fact, even if they don't want to hire you before, if you go ahead and ask them questions, they are moved to want to answer your question. It means that there's something that they've written in their description that may be unclear. So don't be scared to ask that. Oh, I'm not sure I understand this part of your proposal. Can you shed more light on this part of your proposal? Can you do this? Ask a thought-provoking question. Because this is the strategy that will bring people to your DM. Either to come and answer your question. Oh, I saw that you asked this question. This is the answer to the question. First of all, apart from the fact that it shows that you're interested in the project, it also shows that you know what you're doing. So you need to ask, first one, acknowledging the client's need. Second one, showcasing past project or how you've met such needs in the past. Third one, asking thought-provoking questions from the project. The question you will ask is typically from the project description. Then fourth part is call to action. So your question can be anything. Your question can be, you just make sure that in every proposal you write, in just one line, ask a question. But the question will not come first. The question sometimes, depending on the nature of the project, the question can also come first. But whatever it is that is coming first in your proposal is the most important thing. So if acknowledging the client's need for that description, for that job description, looks to you like is more important than the question you have to ask, put it. If the question you have to ask looks to you like is more important than acknowledging the client's need, put it as the first. So, but the natural order of things for a normal project is acknowledging the client's need, so telling the client what you've done in the past on similar projects, asking thought-provoking questions about the project, then call to action. Send me a message. Let's have further conversations about this project. I am available to start right away. Just put a call to actions. A call to action, a CTA would typically be asking the client to send you a message to further discuss the role, to further discuss the project, or send me a message if the client is, if you have like samples to show the client and you don't want to jam pack your cover letter with samples, you can say, send me a message so I can send you samples of previous works that I've done before. Just for acknowledging the client's needs, explain to the client what you've done before in the past on similar projects. Third one, asking a thought-provoking question about the project. Fourth one is call to action. You don't need to introduce yourself. You don't need to tell the client, I'm a professional this, or it's not necessary. It's already on your profile. The client already sees that you are a graphic designer. You don't need to come and say it again, you're this and that, I'm a graphic designer. It's already there. You don't need to come and say, my name is this. Your name is already there. You can see it. You don't need all of that. Just go straight to the point. At the end of the day, those 4 outlines can just be one line of sentences. It can be 5 lines. It can be 6 lines. It can be as short as 3 lines. It really can just be as simple as it can be. So what everybody will do now is that before today closes, I want you all to, it's just going to be just one project. Look for a project within the jurisdiction of your skill set, analyze it based on all the explanation I've made, and write a simple proposal to apply for the jobs. But before you submit the proposal, send the proposal to me. Of course, you first of all, you send me the project description, then you send the proposal that you've written to the project. So I will look at it. Then that way we'll know that, okay, we made a progress. So that will now lead us to the final part of this conversation, which is how often should you write proposal, or how many proposals should you write? My recommendation is, if you do everything right and perfect, your win rate should typically be like 10%. So it means that you will most likely, you most likely get a job for every 10 solid proposal you write. You most likely close on one job. So 10% looks fair to me, trust me. There will be projects that, it doesn't mean that that's part of the project, the client will never hire anybody. Part of the project, the client is just testing, just playing. But after every 10 proposal, that's the calculation, but it may not follow suit. So there was a period in my career that I had every single proposal I wrote, like 3 times, landed me 3 projects straight up. So I didn't write multiple proposals in between. This one project, this one project, this one project. But if you look at it on an average, by the time you realize by the time you have written like 50 proposals, you realize that you should typically get like 3, 4 to 5 jobs. That will now make it average 1 job for every 10 proposals. Did you get that?
Yeah, got it.
Ife,
Okay.
please come again. Ife Joe, please come again. I didn't get that. I just came back from somewhere. I've been on transit since.
All right. So I said I gave an assignment. Did you hear the assignment part?
Yeah, you said you should source for a job description, write a proposal, then send the proposal and the job description to you. So you want to see the updates, the progress made from
Okay.
whether we learned anything.
So the next thing I was saying is I was talking about win rate. What is the typical win rate if you do everything right? So the typical win rate if you do everything right is bad as it be. For every 10 proposal you write, then you would typically close on 1 project. So, but the one don't let it discourage you. So it's possible that you write 20 proposals and you've not gotten any project. But your next 10 proposal can be 3 projects or 4 projects. I'm just saying, so it's not structured. So it's possible that you write your first proposal and your first proposal will land you your first job. But don't put your mind that your first, the job that you eventually get, based on personal experience, the job that you eventually get, you will know it from the moment you are writing proposal that, I'm getting this job. It's a sure bank, I'm getting this job. More often than not, for every single project I've gotten, I was almost 100% sure I was going to get it. So that is where that is. Now, the last part is that.
I have a question.
Okay, that's Sam.
Yeah, that's me.
All right, go ahead, Sam.
From the class yesterday,
Yeah.
when you explained the connect part, so immediately I could tell that the connect is a very important part of the Upwork ecosystem. So it means that you cannot just wake up one morning and start spamming proposals on the website.
Yeah.
So what's the, let's say, strategy not to waste your connect? Or apart from analyzing jobs on the go, like, okay, within 20 seconds, you already know whether a job is for you or not. But the thing is, there are still like multiple jobs out there. And it's almost like there'll be that demand for connect. I don't know. And
Of course.
like what's the way around that?
So there's no way around not using connect. The only way around not wasting connect is what I've told you. Now, the difference between you today, right now, and any other person that is not in this class is that any other person that is not in this class now would not be able to identify what project makes sense and what project does not make sense. They just, as long as it's on Upwork. See, the fact that a project description is nice or anything is nicely written does not mean that that project makes sense. So imagine that you just want an average person who has not gone through this particular class signs up on Upwork. They will do a lot of trial and error. They see the first project. They will not bother to check a lot of intricacies. They are just applying. They're wasting their connect. But you, on the other hand, you are not just applying to jobs. You are applying to jobs that you are most likely to get. So it means that instead of writing 10 proposals that will not convert, that may not convert, you are writing 2 solid proposals that conversion rate is high. So if imagine writing 10 proposals and maybe each proposal is 6 connects. 6 times 10, that's 60. Imagine writing 10 proposals, wasting 60 connect, with no assurance that any of you will convert. And just 2 solid proposals to 2 solid jobs with some high degree of assurance that part as it be, this job, I will get it. So the assignment here is that after the first assignment you've done, all of us, including myself, even though I don't have any time to do any job anymore, including myself, we'll do a 1-month challenge where every day we are writing at least 1 to 2 proposals to apply for a job. Now, what I'll do is that I know that there are some of us here that have similar skill sets. So whenever I go on Upwork, for example, every day I'll make sure every day I analyze 1 or 2 jobs as it ought, and I'll drop it on the group. What I'm typically trying to do is that imagine there's a job, and we are 8 in the group or 9 in the group chat, right? Imagine the 9 of us apply for the same job. Do you know that we have increased the chances that the job will enter our midst? Do you know?
Yes, sure. Yeah.
So the probability that the person that will eventually get that job, imagine if a job is reading 5 to 10 proposal, and the 5 to 10 proposal is from all of us. It means that at least if the job is going to be given out, it means that at least the job is going to one of us. So that is the strategy I have also prepared. So when you are applying to any job that you have evaluated, don't just apply alone. Drop it on the group. Let 1 or 2 other persons that can do the same job, let them apply. So that worst case scenario, even if you don't get it, a fellow brother might get it. If they've gotten it, that's a win for them. It's a win for everybody. So we are trying to lift each other, one another. So if I evaluate a job, I'll make sure that I do it at least once a day. Drop a job and like, oh, everybody, let's apply to this job, myself inclusive. We apply. So the fact that if anyone gets it and they cannot do it, you cannot outsource it and say, okay, I'm the one that got this job, but I cannot do it. Can you do it? I will take my cut. It's really just business. So that is another strategy. Then the most important thing that you need to understand now is that, see, everything I've explained to you, everything I've taught you is going to be a waste if you don't believe that you can do it. I know this is going to now sound like Maguire to aspire to perspire, but if you don't believe that you can do it, see, I see a lot of freelancers, they will lie about their location, they will lie about where they are from. Let me show you. So you will see that my location has always been Ibadan in Nigeria. So your location would not stop you from winning if your mindset is already big. So if you believe you can do it, regardless of nothing is going to be a barrier. Nothing is going to be a barrier. See what you can see here, location Ibadan, Nigeria. This is it. And I'm a top rated plus freelancer. See my job success score, 100%. So your location is not a barrier, but you just need to believe that, see, you can do it. See, if I can do it, I can tell you for free, many of you here are more skillful than I am. Many of you here know so many things that I don't know. Many of you here can do a lot of things that I cannot do. The only difference between me and most people here right now is that I have a mindset that you guys don't already have, or may not have already. But I'm trying to put that mindset in you now, that, see, if you can believe that, oh, if Oluwa can do this, if Johnson can do this, I can give you a list of people that are from Nigeria that are doing well. If these guys can do it, then I can do it too. And so far, these are the steps that I have taken. These are the things that I have done to get to where I am today. And those are the things that I have showed you. And I'm willing to work with you through your freelancing journey to the point where you guys get your first project, your second project, until you're able to stand on your own and do your stuff yourself. So the last strategy, which is like the worst case scenario now, and I will not want us to start with worst case scenario. For every one of you, do everything I've told you to do. So we might not need to subscribe to the worst case scenario, but I'm telling you that there's a worst case scenario plan, which is we would have an arrangement where I will give you a dummy project on Upwork, and I will pay you for that dummy project on Upwork, and I will give you a review for that dummy project on Upwork. So that will serve as a track record on Upwork for you. That's like the worst case scenario. But we are not going to subscribe to the worst case scenario until we've finished this 1 month streak of, we are doing a 1 month challenge where we are applying to projects every day using all of these strategies I've mentioned, and we'll see how it goes in the next 1 month. So if after 1 month, nothing now happens, we'll now subscribe to the worst case scenario plan, which is creating a dummy project for you on Upwork, so that you'll be able to at least even set up your some other part of your Upwork. For example, verification, because it's when you get the first project that you'll be prompted to do verification. So I think that is that about what this masterclass has to be about. So I don't know if you have any question, if you have any concerns, if you have any observation, if there's any.
Sorry, let me quickly interrupt you. So sorry. So first and foremost, I think I've been trying to follow up consistently until today. Rain has been, I don't know. It was raining cat and dog. I mean, so I've been trying to go up and down. I've not been consistent. I've been up and down. So my point is, so the first thing now is me. I have a profile. I could even send the login details to you, right? And I think one of the issues I have is what you mentioned. I've been on Upwork now for like 6 years. What you mentioned was that that you were not seeing my profile, right? That thing that was hidden here. I think that's the first thing I need to deal with. I don't know how to go about it. Maybe it's going to be something personal. So then I think after that, you the next one is now. I think after that I can start applying, right? Apply, then send you the okay. So I just wanted to be sure if I'm on track.
Yeah. So we can have conversations after now over a call where I'll tell you the two things you essentially, we don't even need to go over a call. So it's either you do subscribe to Plus membership on Upwork, automatically your profile will go public, or we subscribe to that final plan for you where I'll give you a dummy project on Upwork, then I'll award you the project, give you a review. Automatically that also opens up your profile. So anyone.
That first one that you suggested, the former one, I have to pay for it, right?
Yes, you have to. The second one too, you have to pay for it. It's not. So it's not going to be my money. But then at the end of it, it's your money, because when you give me the money, I'll pay you. So the money goes back to you essentially. I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, sure. I get it. Sure, I get it.
I'd prefer you go for the second option, because the second option, the money is your money. It goes back to you in a way.
Yeah. I'll go for the second option. Don't worry. After the call, after this class, I'll call you.
So Mrs. Success, please go ahead and ask your question.
Okay, thank you very much. I wanted to ask that so in the case of not having any projects, but you still want to bid for the job, so how do I go about that?
In the case of, I don't understand what you mean. So you
don't have any projects that you've done before.
That's the essence of this whole class now. So you applied. So there are so many clients that are looking for new freelancers. See, let me tell you how it works. You have to be willing to do the dirty work. So when you are new, your first project can be the biggest challenge. So that means that you have to be willing to do more for less. So that means that you don't want to compete based on price. You get. You just want to make sure that you get your first project, your second project. If I show you the first project I got on Upwork, it was $3 per hour. That $3 was very small back then. The dollar was small that time. I told you I've done jobs $1 per article before. So today I can be doing Yangada. If you can't pay me $50, $100, I cannot do your job. When I started fresh, I was doing article $1, 500 words article $1, $1. It was not rewarding. So it's not going to be an easy ride in the early days, but I can assure you that it's just your first one or two projects that you get the least money. Subsequent projects, because you would have been able to build track record of successful projects on Upwork. So when you by the time you have done a lot of jobs, your statistics will now start showing. You now start seeing job success score, all of this go. Let me see my stats. So there's a place where you can check your stats, so for example, your 12 months earnings. So far, in the last 12 months, strictly from Upwork, it's more than this, but it typically just renews your 12-month earnings, your job success score, your badge. You might not get a badge on time until after your 3 projects or so. Then long-term clients. So you realize 100% of my clients, they're like long-term clients. So my strategy is long-term projects. Then you see if you've been getting invitations often, then how people see your profile and all of those things. So you get all of those statistics.
Okay. So excuse me, Ife.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for sharing. Then I saw the chat between Peculiar and you. I don't want to be like I'm too forward actually, but I just have to like the vulnerable chat. So he said he wanted to like decline the offer. So can you maybe mention to him that if he could refer me for typical job like that where you like intend to like maybe decline or maybe maybe you can actually get the job, then we can have a collaboration between ourselves and get it done.
Sure, no problem. I'll link you up with Peculiar first off. Peculiar is my guy. He literally comes to this house. Even if you can't reach me now, he'll come to my house. He stays in Lagos too. So I'll link you up. I'll tell him that at some point it was really like you too. Literally some months back, it was like you. He needed clarity as to how Upwork. Funny enough, he's been on Upwork for more than 5 years before we met. And he has never gotten a job until we met. I explained stuff to him. We had conversations. I showed him. There was nothing I told him that guys here. He literally just followed everything that I have mentioned to you guys, and he got his first project, got his second project. He got a long-term project. So he makes like $600 every month now, right around that on Upwork. And he's already a top-rated. Let me look for his profile here for you guys, so that you not think I'm lying. Peculiar. Oh. Design and creative. See, this is him. Can you see? See, you see that he didn't have to lie about his location, Lagos, Nigeria. Top-rated freelancer. He has done 4 jobs, so that you see his first project was March 23. That was when I had the first masterclass. Oh, what was this? No. This was it March? No, yes, is it March? No. There was for that time. No, it's October. Yeah, this was his first project, and see, this paid him almost 4,000. So this client has paid him almost $4,000. This one paid almost $1,500. His current engagement, completed job, see, for almost $500. But he did a $10 job. You can see this is a $10 job. He did it. So this is one of my guys. I have quite a number of them. But this one is it's easy for me to just fish out his name. So it's even online itself. So that is pretty much it. I'll be proud to show every single one of you off like this too. It's already top rated freelancer on Upwork, means that it's part of the top 10% freelancers on Upwork. So it's closing on is almost $10,000. So I really hope and believe that you guys. I don't know if you have any other. You have another question.
I have one more. I have one more question. I have one more question, please. Okay, yeah. So last night, after our conversation, I tried to register on LIRS, and I had to like come up with a location. Like I'm aware of some places in Lagos, and I chose Ethiopia, Chevron Drive. But I don't know the specifics. I don't have any specifics, but I was able to like maneuver my way around it, just put on them. Does it matter?
No, it doesn't matter. By the time it will matter, you already be a rich man. You know, you already be a.
All right, then maybe I'll follow that already.
Okay. That makes sense. Sam, go ahead and ask your question. He said you have a question.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. We've covered the profile proposals, and I think what we've not really talked about is the skill part. Yesterday you said there are some jobs that does not require any skill. So I don't know, are you going to like brush us up on any skill, or maybe something that doesn't require a lot of, there is no how will I put it, like the one that doesn't require a lot of skill to do, at least so that if you want to apply for your first project while you work on yourself, able to develop a skill or something.
Yeah, I've mentioned it actually.
I don't know.
Maybe I was talking about social media management. Do you need any special skill to post content on Facebook?
No.
You do. Are you that type? You do TikTok videos. You post for yourself. Oh, you know that people will hire you to do that same thing you're doing for yourself, for them, and they'll pay you.
Okay.
Some people. I have a project here. Let me tell you, I have a project. This guy wants me to just be in the comments. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm sorry. I'm hungry, and I have ulcer. See this project. Screenshot positive comments in PDF on Facebook and whatever. This guy, he sent me a Facebook page. In that Facebook page, he said I should go through the comment section. No, he didn't send me. He sent me a PDF. The PDF is the PDF of a Facebook page, of a Facebook post. So he said I should screenshot the positive comment. You know when people make comments, but they are positive, negative, whatever. So he said I should screenshot and crop out the positive comments from that PDF, and that was what I did. And he paid me $36 for something I did with my phone under 30 minutes.
Damn.
Yes, I used my phone. I didn't leave anywhere. I was just doing screenshot, crop. I was just read, this comment is good, crop it. And when I was done, I sent it to him, and he paid. He even gave me recommendation. Say if Oluwa did a great job, once I had plenty, I still went and meet him on LinkedIn. Please give me a recommendation. And he did. This was his recommendation. He said, I hired Ifeoluwa to do a job that required taking snapshot of Facebook comments and organizing them in a specific way. His communication was great throughout. He immediately conveyed to me that he knew exactly what I wanted, and he quickly delivered perfect results. He's very good with social media and any task requiring capturing and organizing information. It's Bobo. I didn't need any special skill to do that. You just need to be there. You don't need to be looking at all these projects. There are some more projects that will come that you just quickly take advantage of. I have a project where I do copy and paste. Will it surprise you that project that I do copy and paste, it has paid me over $14,000? And all I ever have to do on that job is copy and paste. So there are plenty.
Awesome.
There are plenty copy and paste work on online. Copy and paste. Copy and paste. But don't go after. Don't let that be your primary aim. You understand? They will come. You will see them. Go after more solid projects. But when those easy projects now come, it will just be a plus. To be a plus. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
Yep.
All right. So we good? I don't know who else had question before we call it a day.
Yeah, we are good. We are good. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Sorry. For the gig pay, I asked for your referral code. Do you you are a rich man actually, but the rich always want to be rich. That's why I'm asking for your referral code. If you won't mind.
I could not find it. Sorry, I could not find it. Just go ahead and sign up. I could not find it. Sorry.
It's fine. All right. I will just complete it then.
Yeah. So the first person, let me do a challenge. First person to get their first, I'll give the person $10.
Okay, thank you, sir. I just wanted to ask this. Now, what will you advise when I'm setting up my profile, and there's a place called your professional role?
$10.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Setting up my profile, there's a place I'm supposed to impute your professional role.
Yeah.
I think the challenge I have is that if I have, like, you said you can't be more than 70 characters max.
Yeah.
If I have more than that, does that mean I just have to pick the top 2, the top 3? Because at the end of the day, if I have a specialized profile and I have a general, and inside my general profile, I have a number of skills. So that means I can't put all my skills in your professional role. I can only pick like a few of them for the 70 characters.
So if it is a character, you can use ChatGPT, for example, or any AI tool to summarize it and shorten it, or pick the cream de la cream of what you have. Do you get like the top one that will fit into that setting?
No, okay.
Yeah. So do we have another question?
Yeah, I'm interested in the profile. You say you send some profiles we can use to construct our own. So I'm interested.
Okay. Send me what you want to be doing on Upwork. Like the particular skill set, what your general profile would look like. So what I'll do is I'll just essentially look for people in that same space, right? 3, 4, 5 people, then copy their profile summaries for you so that you can use their profile summaries to create your own profile summary.
Awesome. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Yeah.
So if I sorry, I want to ask, right? Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Yeah, this is Bio. So I want to ask that. Okay, so for someone like me who is into social media management, but 4 months ago I I transitioned into data analysis, right? But my strong destiny is into social media. You know what I do now? Social media management, academic writing, CV writing, SOP, personal statement on motivation letters and all those things, right? But I don't want to, because my strength is not data analysis for now, because I can't do, I can't design a dashboard. I can't do much of visualization now, but it's not really something I'm really proficient in. So what do you advise? Do you think I should not put it analysis yet? I should just put my social media and probably other. Is it possible to have? Sorry, is it possible on one account, one Upwork account? Is it possible to have more than one profile?
Jesus is Lord. Yes, it's possible. I mean, hey God, I beg. Yes, it's possible. So what
That means I didn't get that when you were saying that.
You probably did not get what. So what you do, right, is that in your case, and I think I have a similar as yours. So starting out as a freelancer, my area of proficiency was in writing. But at some point, I became a programmer. I became a developer. I started to write code. I was doing data analysis. I was doing AI and machine learning. But these were things that I was doing as hobbies. They were not fetching me money. Do you understand? And I was not sure if I was strong enough to start to take projects on those things. So I didn't creating my Upwork account. I had to create an Upwork account where I'm most strong, which is writing and all of those things. So that's where I make most of my money. So I've not gotten any jobs in the jurisdiction of those side skills and all of those things. So what I would advise you do is let your Upwork account, for example, be based on your social media, your Upwork account. Then you can now create another freelancing account, maybe gurus.com, or People Power is not really accepting people, or whatever. Then that one will now be focused on your data analysis and all, so that on Upwork you're a writer, but on another website you're another thing. Do you get?
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
That way you are maximizing your chances, as opposed to being on Upwork, for example, you are doing data analysis, then another profile of yours, you are doing social media management, then another profile you are doing. It looks like you are everywhere. People don't like people that are everywhere like that.
Okay, all right, makes sense. Thank you. So what I'll just probably do is I'll just send I'll just probably send, just like the guy just said to now I'll probably send my area of strength. You already know it's system management, so can I just send one or two profiles that I can use to optimize my what do you call it now, my profile summary.
Sure, I'll do that. I'm happy to do that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Please just link me with Peculiar. I think we understand our language much better, because there's a particular stuff that, okay, like us now, like a designer, you need a portfolio, for instance. My portfolio section is not really filled, and but you did mention portfolio part in this section, which I understand, but I think there's a way around it for creatives too. You can get work without portfolio, but if I talk to people, maybe some areas will be clearer.
So I'll link you up, definitely. In fact, let me send you his number, and I will tell him that he should work with you personally. Where are you? I'm coming now. Please.
Okay.
Thank you.
While you're at that, I'm also interested in the profile.
Okay. You people would have to just like send me what your what you want to do on Upwork is. So I'll just pick up profiles that are similar to yours and send to you. Contact. Peculiar. Yeah, I just did. I just sent you Peculiar's number. So I'll call him. I'll call him tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'll call him tomorrow. And I'll let him know that I asked you to reach out. Okay, guys. I'll try as much as I can to make the recording of this class available in the next couple of days and share it with everybody. So thank you for joining in, and we'll continue in the chat on WhatsApp and the likes.
Thank you very much, sir.
You're welcome. Bye bye.
How far? Okay, don't worry, I'll just come to your DM. No worry.
Okay, no problem. Stop sharing. Okay.